What's going on, guys? Hey, I didn't get to take a video about this, but we made some chicken today on the Pit Boss 1150, and the temperatures were actually really good. We were at 270, no problem, 280, no problem, 230, no problem. We were just trying different temperatures. But anyways, here we are. This time we are recording. This time we're gonna do some St. Louis style ribs. All right. I already took the liberty of taking off the membrane, and one of the things I want to go ahead and try is I want to try some of this gospel, but with just a little bit of the honey hog. Not a whole lot. I mean, I love this, but I think I want some of this more bolder flavor, right? We're from Texas, you know. We like things sweet, but we want it a little bit more bolder. All right. So first things first, let's go ahead and give it a little bit of the sweetness. All right. Now, testing today's test with the chicken, right? This is for tomorrow. I'm going to let it brine overnight. But anyways, one of the things that I really liked about this new controller, well, not the new controller because it's the same one, but the new update on the firmware is that you can adjust the settings in 10-degree increments. And you guys that already have the 1150, you guys already know this. If you set it to 225 or 250 or whatever, you'll eventually get there, but kind of don't really trust the setting, because in one of the videos that I made, and you guys can go back into it, I can't remember which one it was, it said that it was at 250, but the internal probe was at 236. I don't know, it was the weirdest thing, right? But what I was trying to say is that with this thing, you can see it update up and down, up and down, up and down in temperature. And this thing obviously didn't stay at 270 the entire way. It fluctuated like 5 degrees or so, which is fine. My Kamado grill fluctuates too, if you can believe that. You know, anything fluctuates. It's not going to be perfect, but man, I really enjoyed it being there so consistently. So I like that. So I like this update. I really do enjoy it. But enough about that. Let's go ahead. There you go. You see this? I like the bolder flavor of the Holy Gospel a little bit more. We're from Texas, man. We love sweet and everything, but at the same time, I mean, we like that bolder flavor. All right. Let's go ahead and see. Here you go. There's my wife holding the phone for me. Much appreciated. All right. So we got the Gospel here. There we go. Let's pack it down. Outstanding. All right, let's go ahead and flip it over. Now this thing has quite a bit of fat. I don't want all of it because I want the rub to stick in there. You know what I mean? There we go. Let's go ahead and cut some of this stuff off. You want that rub to stick. Outstanding. All right, let's go ahead and give it some of that honey hog again. Again, we're just going to go light with this. Just a hint of the honey is fine. We like bolder flavors down here in Texas, especially down here in South Texas. I tried some of that Memphis Q, some of the Carolina stuff. It's great. It's just a little too sweet for my liking. But that's what barbecue is all about, right? You got to try certain things, different things that you might like. Maybe you don't like. Who knows? Maybe you'll create a good mixture that will wow the entire world one day. Alrighty. Am I the only one that likes to pat it down like this? I don't know. Anyways, guys, this thing is going to go to the fridge. We'll let it sit overnight. Tomorrow morning, we'll go ahead and hook up the Pit Boss. And I think we're going to go ahead and go with a 230 temp. 220, 230, just to see how it holds. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and see you guys then. Alrighty, folks. Got the 1150 going. I got a water pan over here. I used the water pan on my Kamado, and I got some incredible bark, even before I started spritzing. So, I don't know. Let's see if the 1150 will do the same. Anyways, so I got 2 probes here. One on top of the water. I'll position it down here so that it doesn't touch the grates. And this one down here as well, where the tip doesn't touch the grate. All right, so we got the smokiness going, and I think we are going to shoot for a temperature of, I don't know, 230 maybe, 220, 230, and that's what we'll smoke with. That's what we'll use, and we'll see if it goes. Okay, we got the flame going. There you go. Let me close this up. All right, let's go ahead and set this up to smoke 290. There we go. And we'll see what it does. Once it gets up to temp, I'll go ahead and bring the ribs out here, and we'll check it out. We'll check out the temps with the probes, along with the meter plus, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, we'll see you in a bit. All right, folks, so this is one thing that I noticed real quick, and I set it to 230 and to 226. It fluctuates, like right now it's at 227. It fluctuates every now and then, which is fine. But one thing I noticed is that the auger was on for a solid 28 seconds. I counted. The temperature had dropped quite a bit when I opened the barrel and I closed it down. It dropped into the 190s or so. Then it fluctuated in the 205s or so, 210 maybe. And then the auger stayed on for a solid about 28 seconds. Let's see how long this takes. Auger still spinning. Igniter turned on. I don't know how many seconds that's been already. You can see that the auger's still spinning. See that? I don't know how long that was. You guys might have to tell me. But that was quite a bit. Now, if you guys have had the 1150, you guys know that the auger only spun for maybe about 2 seconds at most, maybe 3. You saw right there that the auger is spinning quite a bit. I'm not exactly sure why the igniter turns on, but I think it's in the event that the temperature drops quite a bit. It hits up the igniter just in the event you don't get a flame out. I think that's what it's called. But it's at 230. That's where I'm commending it. You see that? 230. It's and when the temperature does drop, the igniter kicks in and the auger just starts spinning like crazy. Let's go ahead and see what it says. Okay, so that says 230. Let's go ahead and take a look at the okay, the meter plus says 237. Remember, this is on the right side. Let's go ahead and see how it's tracking. Okay, so it's still climbing. It's on the right side, so I expect this side to be around the 240, 250 range maybe. I don't know. We'll go ahead and keep updating you guys. But the MP1, that's on the far left side, 195. This one right here, the one that says 213, that one's in the middle. And this one is on the far right side, right next to the ribs. Okay? So that's what we got there. And it looks like this one that's right next to the ribs is reading close to about the same as the meter plus. So I don't know what to say other than from left to right it's about a 50-degree difference or so, give or take. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna get worried about it too much. Alrighty folks, so it's time to spritz. It's still holding the 230. Alright, now I'm not going to be gentle with this one where I open it, spritz, and close real quick. I want to see how it recovers. Alright, I'm also going to move the ribs from the right side to the left, since the left is more around the 230s range or so, 220, 230 or so. So I'm going to move them there. So let's go ahead. Alrighty, let's go ahead and there we go. Now let's go ahead and move the ribs over to the left side. There we go. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm still going to keep this. Ow! Okay. Damn. That's my fault. Alright, so we are going to leave this right there. Alright, now I've had this thing open for a bit. Let's see how well this thing does. Oh, okay. So the auger is on. So that's a good sign. The auger is staying on. I'm assuming the igniter is going to come off right now too because of the temperature drop. I do like that When I had this barrel lid open, the auger had already kicked in, so that's really, really good. Okay, so we might not even see a temperature drop. Oh, doesn't look like it. I don't know if it was by chance or by the time, you know, I opened up the lid, the controller detected that it was a temperature drop and it decided to go ahead and kick the auger in into full speed or something. I don't know, but it's holding it. It's not like before. Okay. Interesting. Alrighty, let's go ahead and see what we got. Let's drop it down to 210. See if it drops. Now, I don't want to make this video long as hell, you know, but I also feel that, you know, those who haven't had the update done, I want to at least be able to show them something that they're not able to perform on their own, right? So, drop it down to 210. The current temps, it was around 208 here before. Yeah, 208, 235, and 275. This is left, middle, and right side. It's windy as hell too, so I guess we'll see if it drops. I'm gonna go ahead and take a break from being out here, and I'll be back. All right, folks. So temperature is at 212, 209, 208, 195 on the left side, 228 on the middle, well, 226, and 251 on the right side. Okay, this is more like it actually. This is more like, okay, I think I'm gonna start doing my cooks in 210. Let's see what this thing says. All right. So you can see here where it was at a consistent 225 or so. And then we made the change to 210 and it's at 216 in the middle side. Okay. Yeah, 215 or so. Okay. So I can live with it. I can live with it. Okay, I like this 210 setting a lot more. Alright guys, so what have we learned? I don't know. I just know that the 210 setting I think is a bit better for the low and slow smoking. I think so. Instead of the 230 or 220, I think the 210 is really good because on the left side you'll get your 200, in the middle you'll get your 220, and in the far right you get your 250. So if you're doing like a brisket or something like that, I'd probably put it in the middle and the point towards this way, and I think that's going to be really good. Whereas before on the 230, this would be in the 225s, or actually it would be in the 230s, and this side would be in the 275s. So having it at 210, it's at 220 and the 250. I think that's going to be a really, really good smoke. Alright, so this is why we do these things, man. This is why, because just because you put it at a certain setting, you don't know exactly what the temp is on the left side, and the middle side, or the right side. This is why we did the change at 230 and now to 210. I'm liking the 210 a lot better, I tell you that. I'm liking it a whole lot better. I guess we'll see how it turns out, and we'll keep you posted, guys. Okay, so now comes the test. Let's go ahead and see if it'll withstand the Spritz. There we go. Let's see. Let's see what we got. I'm liking this color. Competition blend. Competition blend with some charcoal. Okay, so we have it up for a bit. Now let's close it. Now we're gonna see if this thing either drops or recovers. So the left side probe is at 167, the middle is at 215, the far right is at 199. The igniter already kicked on. It probably detected a very deep drop in temp. So the igniter kicked on. And I haven't seen the igniter kick on during this entire cook, except for in the beginning. During in the middle of the cook, I did not see it turn on at all, period. So it's on. It's at 209. The commanded is at 210, so it's right where it needs to be. So, okay, so it's at 210. Perfect. The auger hasn't turned on.
Left side says 176, so it's recovering. Middle is at 213, the far right is at 221, so they're all recovering. Not where it used to be, but it's definitely recovering. And igniter is still staying on. It probably thinks that it had a flame out, or whatever that thing's called. Okay, dropped to 205. Now we need the auger to turn on. 206. 208. Huh, okay, so maybe they're just letting the fan do its thing and keep the temperature back on instead of just shoveling. Okay, there you go. The auger kicked in. I don't know how many seconds it's been, but we'll see. Auger's still running. Still running. Okay, auger stop. Left side 185, middle 212, far right 240. So it's getting a lot closer to where it was before 208. Okay, 205, 208. Igniter already turned off. Probably already detected that the temperature is finally coming back to normal. But this is what it was before. It was around 205, 208. It fluctuates around that area. So now it's where it was prior to me lifting up the lid to 12. Okay. All right. I know I'm doing a lot of tests, man, but I'm trying to do every little test that I can for you guys that haven't had this update. Or maybe you have the update but haven't had the chance to go ahead and do a cook. I'm trying, man. So it overshot it to 215. So at least we know everything is going better. Before, it would have a very hard time coming back up to 10. Remember, guys, I had to, every time I opened up the lid, and it wasn't even that long. It was maybe a couple seconds or so, and I would have to prime it. Otherwise, it would have dropped like a rock. I'm not doing anything like that anymore. So this update is definitely helping out quite a bit. All right, guys, we'll see you in a bit. I'll go ahead and wrap it, and I think in the next 25-30 minutes or so, and then we'll go from there. Later, guys. All right, folks, so here it is, wrapped up in foil paper. Just did the butter, Sweet Baby Ray's, nothing too special. Spritz a little bit to keep the moisture in there. All right, so temperature's been holding 208. Left side 179, middle 212, right side 204. This will start averaging out a little bit more as the barrel reheats again. Igniter hasn't turned on yet, so I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But just keeping you guys updated with all this, and we'll see how it goes. Alrighty, folks, so we are on hour 3 and some change or so. 210 still, left side 194, middle is around 217, but usually gets to 220. Yeah, there you go. Right side 240. I'm really liking the 210 setting, man, to be honest with you. I'm really liking it. You know, a lot of folks can say, you know, hey, I want to do 220, 230, but you know what? The thing that you got to think about is that the middle portion, when you do a 230, is going to be in the 230s, right? 235s maybe. But the right side is going to be around 275, right? If you want that, perfect. This thing, at 210, this thing gives me about 200, 215, 220, 250. I like that. I really like that a lot. Okay, let's go ahead and check to see what the meter plus is saying. Remember, the metal grade was registering about 220 or so. So let's see here, 225 or so. That's fine. All right, guys. So next update is going to be once this thing is up and done. All right, guys. Alrighty, guys, so everything's nice and done. Let's go ahead and take a look, see. Oh, hell yeah, look at that. Look at that. Ah, still hot. Alright, guys, impressions on the 1150 after a long cook. It holds perfect. It holds it. And in the event that it does drop, the igniter kicks on in the event that you are going to go into a flame out, right? So let's go ahead and take a look, see at this. So this part right here, this part right here where it says, oh man, okay. So this part where the temperature skyrockets a bit, 257, that's with the setting at 230, but the ribs were on the far right side. I then went ahead and put it into the middle, and it started reading into the 220s or so, 227 plus 230s. Spritz started to recover, no problem. Spritz again, no problem. And then over here on this side is when we decided to go ahead and bump it down to 210, and it held around 215 up until 220 the entire time. So what's the takeaway from this? It's great. I trust this. If I were gonna set this like maybe like 12 o'clock midnight or maybe 11 p.m. at night, set it to 180, I'll sleep soundly, no problem. I trust this 100%. I didn't have any issues with it. I think the next cook we're going to do something a lot longer, perhaps maybe a brisket, perhaps something, I don't know. We'll do something. But this controller is a huge win. There is one downside. If you try and use the app, they have not updated it into the 10-degree increments. So when I turned on the application, it said, you know, I had it at 210, but it said that it was at 200. When I went outside, the temperature setting had automatically gone to 200. So I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to turn off this app. I'm not going to use it until it gets addressed, and that's it. Outside of that, everything has been 100%. I can't say anything more than this update. I mean, it's fantastic. If you guys are on the fence about 1150, just stop. Go ahead and get it. If you still have the old firmware, just go ahead and send it in. Let them do their thing. Get it right back. I'm telling you guys, this thing is phenomenal. The entire Pit Boss, the 1150, is stock. From the metal piece right next to the temperature probe, you know, the little square thing, that's back in there. There's no gap mod. There's nothing in there. Nada. You don't need anything, man, and it retained temperature perfect. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to enjoy these ribs, and I hope you guys enjoy this long video. I didn't want to make it this long, but hey, it is what it is. All right, guys, we'll see you guys later. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Like and subscribe, man. Later.